If you're like me, then you probably play a lot of games. You might have played hundreds of games over the years. And if you're like me, then you also probably have a massive backlog of games that seems impossible to complete. Over the past few years, I've been trying to find the best way to keep track of all the games that I have played and want to play. At first, I made Steam folders with ratings of the different games I played, along with folders for games that I should play. I've tried keeping notepad files on my phone of what game I should play next. Some people use spreadsheets to track their backlog and game collection. But wouldn't it be nice if there was a single website where you could log every single game you've ever played, and every game that's on your backlog? Somewhere to have all of this information in one place. That would be nice. Somebody should really make that. Oh, they did? Oh, okay. Backloggd! The exact thing that I wanted. The website answered my prayers and blessed me. If you've ever heard of Letterboxd, the website for tracking and reviewing movies, it's literally the same as that, but for video games. Backloggd was actually inspired heavily by Letterboxd, if that wasn't already obvious from the name. I love Backloggd, and I'm not being paid to say that. I'm purely making this video with the hopes of getting more people to use it because I just think it's really good. It allows you to basically just organize your digital game collection. On my profile, I think I've logged every single game that I've ever played, and apparently that sums up to 329 games total. I don't really count any games that I played for like 5 minutes and then stopped, but hey, that's just me. Apparently this person has played 191 games this year alone, and it's barely even June. So you can use it however you want. I also have my entire backlog on here in one place. 101 games that I own that I want to play, and will totally get around to. You can take a look at the top rated games on the site, or check out upcoming releases. You can create lists of games for people to see and judge, like your ranking of every Resident Evil game, or every game you've played beginning with the letter S, or whatever you want. It doesn't seem like much, but for those of you who have been looking for somewhere to track your video game collection, Backloggd is the perfect solution. My profile is pretty basic, but you can also set up tags for your games and have multiple dated logs if you replay a game several times. It's just nice to be able to keep everything organized and in one place. Backloggd also lets you make friends and look at their favorite games and reviews. Yes, reviews. Having everything organized and in one place is nice, but I think the main attracting feature for a site like this is the reviews. It's fun to look at all of the games you want to play and read the reviews from actual people who've played the game. I don't know, it just feels a lot more real, seeing reviews from genuine players instead of a critic that represents an entire corporation. Also, instead of basing your judgment off some arbitrary number given by one person, you can base your judgment off an average arbitrary number given by lots of persons. And when you finish a game and read the reviews, you can look at the funny ones and go, haha, I get it. It's like you're a part of this exclusive club of people who beat the game and you can understand all of the inside jokes. Letterboxd is iconic for its short, witty reviews that people write as soon as they exit the cinema trying to get a bunch of likes. Then there are also the people who write insanely long essays as their review. Backloggd is the same, and I like to read both of these review styles. Most of the time, my reviews are not super long, just a general overview or bullet points of my thoughts. But then, in my latest review for Citizen Sleeper, I wrote around 650 words. I think I just had a lot to say about that game. I could have even used that as a script for a video and just read it out word for word. But then, you know, some of my other reviews look like this one. So, there are lots of funny reviews, and I love reading them. I wanna fuck the boat so bad. The longing, more like the boring. Man, Arcane is really great, can't wait for the video game. Ooh, yes, I see now. It appears I have become the witness. What the fuck do you mean this is a trilogy? This is one of the games I have ever replayed. Truly the Dark Souls of video games. I don't care if my children don't like Bayonetta, they can play whatever they want at the orphanage. One of my favorite things about Backloggd is that it inspired me to complete more games. It allows you to log the date that you completed each game and will tell you how many you've completed in the current year. Last year in July, I saw that I'd only beaten 16 games so far in that year. I'd like to consider myself a gamer, so I saw that and I thought they were rookie numbers. I expected the number to be way higher, so I set myself a challenge. I wanted to beat 50 games by the end of the year. And I did. In fact, I beat 53. Now, I didn't have to completely no-life it to complete this challenge. Some of the games were really short, but some of the games were really long. I even managed to go outside every now and then. I found it motivating to log every game as I completed it and write down the date in my Backloggd journal. The act of logging each completed game drove me to engage in my hobby more and pushed me to explore a wider range of titles. This year, I'm well on track to beat somewhere over 50 games, and I've got plans to make a video where I review every single game that I completed in 2023. It'll be a long one. So why am I making this video? Well, it's because I want more people to use Backloggd. It's pretty popular already, there are probably over 100,000 people using it, but I'm just estimating. With this type of site, the more users there are, the better. With more users, the average rating of a game becomes more trustworthy and representative of what most people thought about the game. For instance, Elden Ring has been logged 20,000 times. You can get a pretty solid idea of what the general consensus for the game is from that graph. On the other hand, Talos Principle VR, which I played recently, has only been logged 22 times on Backloggd. The sample size for this game is so small, it's hard to get an overview of what most people who played it really thought about it. Backloggd is a social media, so having more users would increase the social aspect of it. I want to see the site become more lively and busy. So, if you made it this far into the video, go make a Backloggd account. What are you waiting for? I'll put the link in the description, and you can start keeping track of your video game collection. If you want to hear me talk some more about video games in the future, then consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. Come on!